Okay, so we are
Going to the beach!
going to the beach!
With Becky and the bike!
So I left the Royal Marines in 2011 on the 23rd of September. It was one of the toughest decisions that I've ever had to make so far on this planet. On the drive home on the Friday, I had no idea what I was about to let myself in for and how dramatically my life was about to change. So I do really feel like I could be on holiday this morning. It is that type of warm breeze in the air, beautiful sunrise coming up by the beach. It's a really beautiful morning. So when I decided to leave the Marines, I never really visualised that my life would go the way it would. I left because I didn't want to do a 700-800 mile round trip. I didn't want to go back to Afghanistan for another 6 months. I didn't want to be away from my kids anymore. You know, my dad died very young. I grew out without a dad, which I hated. And I didn't want that for my two. And, you know, I had the ability and the control to be able to make this decision to leave home, to leave the Marines and come home. But I just didn't realise the hardship mentally that I was facing, that I was about to walk into. So when I joined Civilian Street, I had 48 hours to transition in a way of life, if you like. So on the Friday, I was Sergeant Royal Marine. When I went into the college on Monday, I was a lecturer for public services and sports. And you can't just suddenly drop this identity here and then pick up this new identity here. So I ended up going through this traumatic experience over 3 years where I let my wife go. We broke up, we got divorced because I was still a dick. I let my kids down. And I failed to let go of a past identity to create a brand new one. That drove me to drink, to being minutes away from a suicide attempt, just because everything was too much and too painful. And that's not the picture I visioned on my drive home on that Friday to come and start my new life. So on one particular night, I sat down in my room on my bed and I had enough pills to send me off packing with a bottle of whiskey, and I just about had enough sense to get myself out of the house and go for this run. And I had all intentions of going for a run for just 30 minutes. And I ended up going away for 3 hours, and then I went through this whole emotional cycle of crying, laughing, feeling sad, feeling happy, trying to figure out what the fuck had happened for 3 years, right? And I kind of come back and it cleared the storm enough to make me realise what a dick I was being, and I cleared all the pills, I poured away the whiskey, and that was really, for me, the turning point in my life. That was the turning point, that was the leverage that I needed for me to sort myself out. So that was a hard, sweaty workout this morning. How did you find that, Alba?
No, okay. Let me wash that bag.
Oh, okay, sorry.
What?
So that poor little seagull's still stuck on that roof. I'm not sure if it's going to survive. Hopefully it should. I don't see why the parents can't feed it. I have to keep you posted. Okay, so Jemima's working all day. I've got 1 hour before she leaves, so I just need to whiz through my emails. I wouldn't normally do them this early. Whiz through all my client comments and stuff. And then it's mine and Alba's day. So we're going to try and throw some bread over to the seagull with water on to try and hydrate and feed it. But I think other seagulls are going to try and steal it. Well, the mum started eating it, and then she didn't eat it. Now there's loads of wet bread on the top of that roof, and neither of them are eating it. So hopefully the little one will start eating it soon. So it's just us, isn't it? Oi.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
What's that you got?
Oh,
Show me.
Daddy. Mom, Daddy.
The next book is going to be... Okay, so we finished the workout an hour and 15 minutes ago. And this is where being really productive with time comes in. So when I got home at 7, had breakfast with the girls in bed, then spent 40 minutes whizzing through my mastermind platform, getting back to all of my clients, seeing what everyone's put in. It's kind of like daily show up for my clients, sticking out a post, my daily post, and focus for them, which is great. Then managed to check my emails, go through there, check all my notifications, get through everything, all my essential priorities. So now, like, having breakfast, and I just want to be able to give Alba my full attention for the rest of the day. And then we're going to the beach about 2:30 to see some old friends, do a bit of social distancing, socialising. So yeah, it's looking like a pretty good day. One of the things that got me out of my rut and created a brand new identity was working for myself. So learning to find a journey, a process, an energy that allowed me to drop the old identity of being a Sergeant Royal Marine and trying to have that identity in civilian world, which just doesn't work, to someone that's finding growth and is finding a mission. And that's part of the process, right? Is finding yourself and finding this new identity and finding what you're capable of. Okay, come here then. Let me see. Right, let me get this bit done. Okay, come here. I won't tickle. Get in. Move your hands then, so I'm going to rub it in. So these two are my oldest mates. Along, I've known Matty from golf already, and Becky I've known for, I've lost count how many years, 20 years. And these are their gorgeous boys. Oh, I don't know where's the others gone.
That's what.
That's a wrap.